Welcome back to Wave 3 Listens. Are you looking for a new job opportunity? I talked about spring and a time to start fresh. Well, that is true, and with Goodwill Industries of Kentucky, they can help you. Perhaps you have a few red flags, maybe lack of education, perhaps a criminal background. Whatever the case may be, Goodwill Industries of Kentucky can help. With me now is Rena Sharp, and she is the Chief Operating Officer for Goodwill Industries of Kentucky. Anna, welcome to the show. Rena, how are you?
Thank you. I'm great. It's a pleasure being here.
I thank you so much for being here, because this is really what the show is all about. Because to be a stronger Louisville, a stronger community, you know, when you have employment opportunities, that's a win-win. So let's talk a little bit about what your mission is and what's all this job opportunity about. I tried to explain a little bit of an overview, but you can go into more details, Rena, if you would.
Sure, thank you. So a lot of people know Goodwill because of our stores. You know, we have 64 stores in Kentucky throughout the entire state, and if you ask someone about Goodwill, sometimes that's what they'll say. Oh, yeah,
Sure.
they have stores. So a lot of people don't know about the workforce development that we do, and that is actually our mission. Our mission is not to have stores. We do appreciate the donations that very generous donors give to our stores and the shoppers, so that we can raise the revenue to be able to do our workforce development. And our mission, our strategic plan was just approved by our board of directors. Our CEO has a vision like none other to help Kentucky get out of poverty. And so we work with very vulnerable, fragile population, which there are a lot of people who aren't working today fit that category, as you mentioned. Our target population to get into our classes are people who don't have a high school education. Maybe they dropped out early, maybe become addicted, you know, in today's world with the opiate addiction the way that it is. Also, we work with people that have been in jail, you know, that might have a criminal background. Everyone that we place into jobs don't necessarily have a record, but most of them have been in situations that make them unemployable to a large number of employers. What we've been really busy doing this year is expanding our workforce development. And what that means is we've always helped people get into jobs, not just Goodwill jobs. Sometimes Goodwill is the first step for someone, because we are very forgiving, and we basically bring them in. Maybe that's where they get a little bit of work experience. We assign them a career coach, and that career coach is their person. You know, they work with them,
Sure.
Whether it's expungement. Sometimes people come to us and they don't even have an ID. You know, they've been maybe in jail, they've been out of jail, they've been in addiction, and we start with the very basics of just helping them get an ID so that they can start on the track of becoming employed. So once they have their career coach, we put them into our work ready classes. We actually are launching, you mentioned soft skill academies. We're launching soft skill academies, Louisville being the first, and then we're going to be launching in Lexington, Bowling Green, Somerset, and probably the fifth will be Pikeville this year. And so you know, we're looking for people that need us to be able to pair them with those employers that are willing, not just Goodwill. Like I said, we sometimes are a ramp to the employers that we work with, because we can tell them that they've had some work experience, they've been stable. You know, we've gotten them into housing. We work with a lot of other nonprofits that we don't provide housing, but we have other nonprofits that we work with that do. So it's really just to get them on a solid foundation so that they can become a tax-paying citizen and re-enter the workforce.
I think it's part of the human DNA to want to give individuals a second chance. And I think a lot of the employers who have become partners now want that same thing. Give them a second chance, and perhaps you get a really productive, a happy, and someone who really helps your bottom line employee. So if you would talk about some of the partnerships that you have, some of the companies that reach out to Goodwill Industries of Kentucky and help.
Okay, so last year we actually worked with over 200 employers across the state to place people into jobs.
Great.
What we're doing now in our expansion is we're calling it like core employers. It's a little different than what we've done in the past. I mentioned that, you know, we've basically helped people get into jobs. What we're doing now is we're really focusing on retention and people keeping their jobs, because the population that we work with are vulnerable to fall out of employment. Once they get back on track, the bus didn't show up, I'm not going to go to work today. So the career coach is staying with them now for longer periods of time. Okay. And what we're asking the employers that we're considering our core employers is not to allow them to bend the rules, because they have, you know, a lot of chaos maybe in their lives, but we're asking them to collaborate with the career coach. For instance,
keep them on the right track, right?
Yes, and we would allow, like the career coach, the employer allows them to come in first of all, to learn about the job, to learn exactly what's involved in the job. If there's a pre-employment testing that has to be done, we want a copy of the test because we want them to be confident when they go in for their interview for that employer. So it's basically just to collaborate with us so that we can make sure that the employee has a better chance of succeeding in long-term employment. Because to get out of poverty, you need to stay employed more than a very short term.
Yeah, so what I love about this, it's ongoing. It's not just a couple of meetings and, okay, we're going to set you out there. It's like, let's stay in touch. Let's make sure that both you, the employee, and the employer are happy and keep this moving in a positive direction. So for folks who are watching, perhaps they have a few challenges and some of the things that you spoke of, and they want to get involved. What's the first step?
So the first step, I believe you're going to put the number on the screen of our Broadway location.
There it is.
And basically just call. They'll pair you with a career coach. And again, we work with people that have disabilities. Maybe they have something on their past, or maybe they just haven't worked in a very long time and they want to get piped back into the workforce. And so that career coach would basically meet face-to-face with them. We have about 100 career coaches across the state, so that's another part of our expansion because we're staying with people longer. We actually have quadrupled, really, the number of people that we have that are working with these individuals so that they don't get overloaded and they can really give that personal care that individual needs.
Rena, you talk about rewarding work, and I'm sure when you get home you feel really good because you're changing lives for the positive. You probably have a million great feel-good stories, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'll share one. I won't mention the name, but we just heard, we had a coffee where we invite some people in to hear about the story behind the stores from our CEO, Amy Luttrell. And it was totally, we knew that one of our employees who's been with us about 2 years was going to share her story with the group, and she did. She's a young lady in her 20s, and she told even more of the story than we even knew. She mentioned that when she came into Goodwill 2 years ago, she had lost her children. She was in human trafficking, and she was an addict. And she got her career coach. She actually came to us through a diversion program that required her to come to us. And she got tapped into Goodwill. She mentioned her career coach, Becky, by name multiple times during her interview. And she mentioned how throughout this journey now she's just gotten promoted to an assistant manager. She's totally off all government assistance. And her career coach is helping her to get her student loans taken care of so that she can get back to school. During this period, she's gotten a house and she's gotten her children back. And you can go through Goodwill across the state, and this is a story that's duplicated. And that career coach, we talk about the work readiness and the preparation to work. The secret sauce of what we do is really about that career coach and that supportive person that you can go to when you hit the wall, when you normally would give up. You've got somebody cheering you on to success. And that's really where the beauty of it is.
Rena Sharp, it is a great story. Again, let's put up the information on the screen. Goodwill Industries of Kentucky. If you have a few challenges, perhaps lack of education, you said maybe you've been out of the workforce, a disability, or maybe a criminal background, they can help. And there's the information. Everyone wants to be productive and have goals, and Goodwill Industries of Kentucky make that possible. Rena Sharp, thank you so much. We shall be right back on Wave 3 Listens. We are live.